Happy Halloween. It's October 31st, Vanilla Ice's birthday, and Halloween. And I'm sitting here waiting for another video to premiere. Michael versus Jason. I feel like I know how it's gonna go, but still. Mikey all the way. Wearing my shirt, my Halloween shirt. Love them both, but I feel like I understand how this is gonna work. There we are. Okay. Better. Now, as I said before in past videos, I've read the comics, especially the Halloween comics. I've read some of the Friday the 13th comics. So to incorporate that, that'd be a better fight. Scared for my boy Michael. You know, love him both. Mike, you know. Let's rock it. I'll mute that until it starts. Yeah, so I just woke up. And saw this was about to premiere. I thought it was already out. So what the heck? So yeah. And in preparation, I've just been watching reviews and reactions of people watching Halloween and Halloween.
Would prove it,
And
but
that dude's
maybe, just
fucked up. Like,
maybe,
he's the real true
Jason
evil member of
was
that family.
still alive.
Holy shit! Yeah, he's definitely alive. Wait, has he been living in the lake this whole time?
Jason has fortitude far beyond any normal man.
Yeah.
You can swing an axe in his face, blast half his body away, or trap him in an exploding building. Yet it will all be in vain.
Even when one of the few survivors of his attacks hacked him to pieces, Jason rose again. Seriously, this happens a lot.
Nobody knows the true source of his unkillable nature. Some say it's an indigenous curse, others say it's the Necronomicon, and some even say it's a hell worm. So, not too many reasonable answers.
Either way, be careful, or you just might end up on the wrong side of Jason's trusty
fuck
machete.
that
Something he
shit.
uses with enough strength to split skulls and pierce metal.
Even when
No,
Jason has no weapon, he can be resourceful and oddly creative with his kills. He
Yeah.
might bludgeon you to
Machete,
death with a
pitchfork,
sleeping bag,
spear gun,
drown you in a
axe,
garbage
tree,
can, or
party
snap
horn,
you in
samurai
half
rock,
between a
rubber
bed
pin,
fold.
paper
Worst
knife,
of all,
anything,
this
yeah.
demented mama's boy will always get his prey. Oh, you think you can run away? Well, think again, idiot. He can teleport.
Yep.
No, he can't.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he can.
Well, how about the time he appeared in multiple places at once around this dance floor? See? Teleporting.
Wrong. Hallucinations resulting from a mix of cocaine and panic.
Okay,
Okay, fine,
smartass.
but-
How about when he teleported from one end of this ship to another? How'd he get there?
Actually, when watching the full scene for complete context, there is plenty of time afforded for Jason to jump down the deck while off camera. He is quite athletic after all.
What,
Jason
without
can
making
teleport,
any
alright?
sound? The guy's built like he's made of 100 brick houses. Are we watching the same movie?
Look, fans have argued this for years, and while admittedly those moments are questionable, they're not enough to prove actual teleportation.
Okay, how about this one? In Jason X, where 3 soldiers are shooting him straight on, and he just disappears. Poof! Gone! While they're looking right at him, goddammit, it's teleporting.
Well, I'm sure there's a logical
Yeah,
explanation.
I just stared at this scene while processing 900 trillion frames per second, and Boomstick is correct.
Ha!
Also, now my eyes are broken. Joy.
You know, Jason can actually teleport in the video game.
I was gonna
so,
say.
I
I was
believe
gonna
it.
say.
I suppose teleporting would explain how, despite his hulking size, Jason can move
in
with
Mortal
ghostly
Kombat
silence
games, you
and
can
pick
teleport.
off victims one by one. Are you sure about this, dummy? Dummy.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Cool.
Either way, Jason's unstoppable bloodlust makes him a horrifying threat.
Even if you think you're protected by
200
a foot of
people.
solid
That's
steel,
low for
he'll
Jason.
just crash
Terrifying
through it to
people with their
stab
hands.
you.
And though it's
Just
tough to
look at,
believe, there may
building
actually
up
be
walls
a
and
deadlier Jason
weapons.
out there too.
Yeah, survive
Stronger,
and burn.
faster, and campier.
Escaped
This
hell
is
by
Uber
force.
Jason,
Okay.
rebuilt from
Escaped
Jason's
hell.
remains through a sinister
Be
fusion
afraid.
of science
Okay.
and mysticism.
That's how it
and
happened.
guess what? Normal Jason later fought Uber Jason and actually held his own. Yeah,
Sure.
the comics get kind of wacky. Just go with it.
Only natural for a monster that has fought other supernatural entities.
Like Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, and the Groovy Man himself.
Oh, and
Ash
what's her name?
Williams.
Indeed.
Hack Slash.
So be
You
warned,
fought her too, right?
if you ever see a shadow
Let's not
moving
get
through
into
the
the Hack
darkness
Slash comments.
and hear a familiar
Oh,
run, Jason is out to find you, and chances are you are not leaving alive.
Now, Mikey. I
On
wonder
a
what they
bleak
include
Halloween night,
ends, 'cause
Michael
that
Myers was born into the world
yeah.
as a seemingly normal child. However, beneath his pale, blank face hid something dark, something evil.
How evil? Well, he stabbed his sister Judy to death when he was just 6 years old.
Yep.
Oh, what a rascal.
Michael was institutionalized at a sanitarium where he simply sat still, almost like a machine. His psychiatrist, Dr. Loomis,
In
spent
multiple
8
continuities,
years
yeah.
trying to reach him, but
Michael
Michael
lied to my-
never said a
They're
word.
saying
But
Mike,
even when
you know
locked
that.
up, he still managed to get away with
He was
several
first
murders,
stillborn.
including Loomis's fiance. There was no helping or stopping Michael. More than anything, he wanted to kill.
After 15 years, the night before Halloween, he broke out of the sanitarium, leaving behind one word: sister.
The
Thank
story
you.
goes
Thank
Michael
you.
had another
Somebody
sibling,
point that
Lori, and for some unknowable reason, he wanted her
That
to
was the
suffer
first
the
movie
same
when he
fate
did
as
that.
Judy. And everyone else, really. He's not too picky,
In
and he
extended
could do
version,
it
both
too.
extended
For in
versions,
his
first movie.
hands, anything can be a deadly weapon. Countless reports of various murders have appeared across Haddonfield. He's exploded heads, boiled people alive, and used his trademark knife to stab poor souls to walls like some macabre piece of art.
When they say to admire your work, I don't think this is
I
what they meant.
are the
And this
active
isn't some
martial,
special
very
combat
sparkler,
knife or
very
dagger. He
anything else
did
you
this
can
with
do.
an ordinary kitchen knife.
Michael is also surprisingly clever. Despite being confined for nearly all his life, at some point, he apparently taught himself how to drive.
It's pretty clear this masked psycho was definitely plotting something while he was in the ward.
All these kills were just a detour to his ultimate goal, Lori. On an all too familiar Halloween night, he finally met his long lost sister and nearly killed her.
But Loomis intervened, shooting Michael and sending him out a window. Phew, well, guess that's the end of him. Yeah, you
No.
know it's not.
No one knows how, but the body simply vanished, only to return later that night as if nothing had happened.
There's a reason why they call him the Boogeyman.
Even after being set on fire and rendered
Twice.
comatose, Michael Myers would not be stopped.
Almost like he's
Oh,
some
thrice,
kind
actually.
of invincible
Broken
undead
him up
monster.
thrice.
Many explanations have been given for Michael's strange abilities, but some less reputable sources suggest he's bound to the ancient druidic Curse of Thorn,
Ugh.
whose symbol is, well, they say it's an ancient icon of Halloween, but it's actually the Norse rune for Thor, sometimes called the Thorn Rune. I think they just Googled rune and thorn and called it a day.
Yeah.
Whoa. Is Michael Myers a Viking?
No.
Yes! Awesome!
Curse or no curse, Michael is inexplicably driven to kill without hesitation, and his victims almost never see him coming.
You
Was he
said
playing Nintendo
oh.
Switch?
Well, explaining Michael away with a vague curse is nothing more than a crutch for the truth. The fact of the matter is, no one knows why he is so cruel, so violent, so unstoppable. He just is.
At the end of the day, evil gives no explanation, only despair.
Michael thrives not just on the satisfaction of murder, but the fear it inflicts in others.
Even scarier, his kills are done with surgical precision. He can murder you as quickly or slowly as he wants. This guy knows exactly what he's doing with that kitchen knife. He's like a hibachi chef of death.
And yet, his attacks were almost
car
brought to an
gets
end by
blown.
Laurie herself.
Even
But
if
when
you
the
bust the
time
rock
came
up.
for the final blow,
Second
Michael
bastard
proved
death,
his
but
intelligence
that
and
bastard
wit
gets
by
100
faking his
and
own
waited
death
for the bastard
using a
to
body
bastard.
double.
Oh, well,
Center.
getting his
Yeah,
sister to
survived
commit
being ran
murder
by a
for him.
truck and police
Honestly, I'm
cars.
kind of impressed.
He's also
Is that
either
really him?
impossibly sneaky
Or that Ben
or he
Schramer?
can use teleportation. Because he once
can.
moved through a yard full of motion sensors without setting off a single one. Until he wanted to.
Look at this! There's just no stopping him! Fill him full of bullets, Michael will come back ready to rip off your head. Put him in the center of an exploding church, he'll survive and go on to kill dozens more people, just for dramatic effect!
It was this relentless evil that made the people of Haddonfield go ballistic and band together to end Michael Myers once
Again,
and for all.
thrice.
Unfortunately, the town would soon realize that was just not possible.
Any ordinary person would have been long dead after what he experienced, but he took all of the town's punishment, got right back up, and went right back to doing what he does best.
And you know what's the creepiest part about all this? They never caught him. He's still out there looking for his next prey, I assume.
So every Halloween night, lock your doors, turn off your lights, and pray you'll make it to morning. Because the boogeyman is real, and his name is Michael Myers.
Sure, though, Halloween ends.
This
Okay.
episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Babbel.
It's days like these I wish I could sail the French Riviera, speaking French with the locals. Spanish would be nice too, and Italian, Greek, Mandarin, Farsi.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
We're faced with
All right, the tales have been told and terror runs free. Let's see which monster will stalk another day.
It's time for a spooky death battle!
Mother is talking to you.
Okay.
The
So this is
blackest
Voorhees.
eyes. The devil's eyes. Kill her.
Oh, it's a different kind of animation. Okay. The put Jason in the jumpsuit. Oh, they started to put him in the jumpsuit at part two. Like, it looked like Michael's. Oh, they didn't. Was that three? Was that Jason Statham and half? I'm sorry.
Alex! Where are you? We gotta go!
Kill him, Jason. Kill him! Make Mother proud.
So the first movie was in 1979. And then Training took place then. Alright. I saw H2 World, that ain't shit. Okay, I'm aware that they undid the
Okay,
H2O engine.
are we
but
sure
people said-
he's dead? You can't be too careful with these guys.
like-
Michael
swap
Myers
bodies,
won't be
I get
rising
that.
from the grave this time.
But I'm not
Jason
surprised at the
was too
ending.
much for him.
But I'm
The stories
surprised
may
with
paint
Squash
these
Match style.
slashers as unstoppable, but they do have limits and can be understood.
To Michael's credit, he could match Jason in a lot of ways. Both were experts in methods of killing, and both could totally teleport.
Theoretically, though if both of them really could teleport, then neither had an advantage in that regard. So teleportation deniers can rest easy knowing it wasn't really a factor here.
Even the explosions they both survived were similar in size and destructibility.
But Jason held the edge with his superior endurance and healing. Michael faking his death with a body double was clever, but he did it because he explicitly could not survive something like decapitation or getting half his torso blown off.
But Jason could. He also had more experience fighting other supernatural enemies like Leatherface, Freddy, and his uber self. So I doubt Michael could have surprised him with something he's never seen before.
And Jason was just as strong and vicious as Michael, if not more. So given the difference in survivability, he had a much better chance of striking Michael down first. In a battle between two unkillable monsters, it's only natural it would come down to who was more unkillable.
After being ripped to pieces, Michael could now rip in peace. Right, Jocelyn?
I like Jocelyn.
Jocelyn? Hello?
The winner is Jason Voorhees. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be jumping into the next matchup next week. But you
Who's
can always
next?
get more Death Battle right
Let's
now
go,
by
Brooke
clicking one of
Woodson.
those boxes right over there and by downloading the battle music linked down below.
I got no idea. Oh, that's why I'm not a fan of either of those franchises. That's why I don't know who they are. Okay. I mean, yeah. That's what I expected. But I expected a bigger fight from Mikey, though. I know it's premiering, but are there comments? Okay. Well, that was Michael versus Jason for Death Battle. Thank you for watching. And this is the first. Will there be a number of videos today? I'm going to do my Halloween ranking probably right after I do this. I mean, it's Halloween. So yeah, thank you for watching.